2023 was a great year for the Pokemon TCG, and 2024 promises to be even better. There is a special event coming up in April that happens every year in the Pokemon TCG, and that is Rotation. This event always has players nervous as some of their favorite cards might not be legal anymore for the standard format after that date, and many players scramble to find a replacement deck afterwards. The upcoming rotation will make it so that cards that have their regulation marked letter F or onwards will be legal for play, but any letter from and E and backwards will not. The biggest card that a lot of decks will not be able to utilize anymore is Battle VIP Pass, which has been a staple of the format and has even caused controversy over how powerful it actually is. This means some decks will have less explosive starts, but we do have Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, and in some cases Artisan to help replace it. There are many other valuable staples being rotated, but this is the card everyone wants either gone or will sorely miss. If you've never played the Pokemon TCG before, 2024 will be a fantastic time to join in on the fun, especially if you'd like to take part in the competitive circuit. Whether you're taking part in the local level at league challenges and league ups, or you're ready for the high level stakes of regionals and internationals looking to obtain your world's invite, there's something for everyone. In this video, I will talk about what are, in my opinion, the best TCG decks to build today that will very likely remain powerful and competitive after rotation takes place. This includes decks that are currently good and are too powerful to fail, and also will lose very little as of the making of this video. But do keep in mind that there will be a brand new set coming out in March that we have very little information or spoilers on, so things might change then. But if you're eager to get started in the Pokemon TCG, but just don't know where to get started or which deck to build, then make sure you keep watching. If you want to support the channel, you can use code tablemon to get 5% off at Post and Store for your online codes, 10% off for your sealed product at Flipside Gaming, and 10% off on your aluminum accessories at TC Evolutions. Or if you're looking to buy singles or sleeves, you can fill up your cart and close the tab, then click on the affiliate link in the description and check out. That way you can support the channel over at TCG Player, Card Market, and Dragon Shield. ¿Eres de México y necesitas cartas de Pokémon? Busca Hyperbeam Cards en Facebook e Instagram. Y si estás en Tijuana, búscalos en el local C27 en el Centro Comercial Otay. Unlike Ash, who had to let go of his powerful Charizard, you won't have to in 2024. Charizard EX with Pidgeot EX has been consistently performing well in the metagame these days, and I fully expect that to continue until and after rotation. Here's an example build of a very powerful, tournament-proven, and successful Charizard EX deck recently used by Azul to win the biggest regional tournament in history. This deck only loses 7 cards, which are 4 Battle VIP Pass, 2 Level Ball, and Mew. The explosiveness of Battle VIP Pass is not easily replaced, but switching the stadiums to Artisan and adding in extra Nest Ball can probably patch things up when Battle VIP Pass rotates. As far as Mew is concerned though, there isn't a good replacement for it yet, as its Mysterious Tail ability is quite unique. An extra supporter is probably your best bet. Increasing the Iono or Professor's research count will rarely ever be a bad idea for a deck like this. Unless there is a new groundbreaking grass-type Pokemon in the set that gets released in March, I fully expect Charizard EX decks to remain a top-level threat in the game, and a powerful deck choice going into the new F regulation mark format. The latest Paradox Rift set introduced a lot of new powerful basic Pokemon such as Roaring Moon EX, Iron Hand EX, and Iron Valiant EX. Whilst Miraidon EX, Lost Box, and NTV based decks are quite powerful at the moment. All of these will remain viable after rotation, and all are good matchups for Charizard EX decks. And thus, so will Charizard. And with the still pending release of powerful basic, ancient, and future Pokemon in the upcoming set, Charizard EX is perfectly poised to deal with them all. Without knowing exactly what the cards from the next set will feature, this is what you can expect a Charizard EX deck to look like post-rotation. The Paradox Rift set introduced the new ancient and future Pokemon with their respective traits, which have now featured as integral parts of Lost Box decks to give them even more versatility than they ever had. Both Iron Hands EX and Roaring Moon EX have become staples in successful Lost Box decks, which now boast a plethora of attacking options and threaten multiple attackers to adapt to the different situations they encounter. Early aggression, spit innocently at your opponent. Single price deck, amp you very much or Moonlight Shuriken for the extra price card. A lot of HP, frenzied gouging the heck out of them. Falling behind in prizes, drown their bench in an Aqua Storm or finish off Pokemon that survived with Lost Mine. This deck can do it all, and has been proven both in Japan by the latest Kyoto Champions League being won by this deck, as well as accumulating some good results in regionals so far, popularized by Tord Ratcliffe. Both the Paradox and the Triple Weakness versions of the deck will remain viable once rotation happens, and even though it loses two very important cards, Battle VIP Pass and Escape Rope, the latter can easily be replaced by force switches. But replacing Battle VIP Pass in this deck does become trickier than in others, as it is usually already maxed out in its Nest Ball count. Ultra Ball could be a possible inclusion, but the discard of Ultra Ball can be a little too demanding on the resources of a deck that already gets rid of a lot of them permanently to the Lost Zone. There is a possibility of running Great Ball, but it certainly doesn't come close to making up for the loss of Battle VIP Pass. Regardless, I believe this deck will still thrive, as the integral pieces for the Lost Zone engine are all still available, and Mirage Gate's versatility will ensure the deck can bring on different attackers and adapt to whatever is required for the ever-evolving metagame. Without knowing what the cards from the next set will feature, this is what you can expect a Paradox box deck to look like post-rotation. The strength of the Lost Zone engine is undeniable, and this brings me to our next deck, Giratina VSTAR. This deck has continuously endured ups and downs in the metagame, but the metagame since Paradox Rift's release, alongside the inclusion of Counter Catcher, seems to have brought the deck to a whole new level, and it has been a dominant force as of late. Once rotation happens, the deck will lose two integral pieces to the deck in Battle VIP Pass and Path to Peak. The loss of the stadium in general means a lot of very powerful abilities will go unchecked, and Giratina's comeback potential will be lower than before. However, Giratina VSTAR's formidable attacks are nothing to scoff at, and the deck can easily default to a more consistent build, which has been one of Giratina's deterrents and the reason why so many people stay away from the deck. Lost Impact covers pretty much every Pokemon in the metagame, other than Charizard EX and Gardevoir EX, which Lost Requiem takes care of easily. And thus, you have every rule box Pokemon possible covered, alongside Cramorant, Sableye, and Radiant Greninja to help deal with lower HP Pokemon and offer other fantastic attacking options. Artisan and Ultra Ball once again are the likely replacements for the loss of these cards, alongside Switch for Escape Rope. And so, while the deck will be less disruptive than before, it will welcome an extra boost in consistency. And so, without knowing what the cards from the next set will feature, this is what you can expect a Giratina VSTAR deck to look like post-rotation. If you have enjoyed the video so far and found the information useful, please consider becoming a tablemon channel member through the join button down below. For as low as $1.99 a month, you can help support the creation of these videos. Now, don't get me wrong, there are many other decks that will be good and viable once we start with the F-Regulation Mark era. However, these are the decks that in my opinion lose the least impactful cards and will change the least if you were to build these decks today. There are other current powerful decks that lose out very key pieces that might make them less powerful overall in my opinion once rotation happens. Gardevoir EX decks will lose Shining Arcana Gardevoir, Level Ball, and Fog Crystal, alongside Sasha V and Mew. Miraidon EX decks will lose Fluffy, making them over-reliant on successful electric generators to produce threats consistently. Lugia VSTAR loses Professor Burnett, a key card to help establish its board consistently. Roaring Moon EX loses Battle VIP Pass, Cross Seaver, and Cross Switcher, a lot of options that make it such an explosive deck right now. The new set that will bring new ancient and future Pokemon alongside powerful aspects like this Prime Catcher card will surely shake things up further and might affect some of the decks in this list, so keep that in mind. But I'm confident time will prove me right with these. And so if you're looking to get into Pokemon TCG right now, but you're unsure about rotation, give some of these decks featured in this video a try. Let me know your thoughts, and make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and until next time.